Hello viewers, in this tutorial we will learn about how to create joystick in Unity 3D, and we will see how to use that joystick to move a rigid body game object on a surface, or you will also see how to move that ball in the air as well using that same joystick. But for that we will implement a slider which will help us to lift the ball in the air, and when we put down the slider back to its original position, then the ball will come back down to the ground surface. And the joystick will this function of the joystick will remain same in the ground and in air as well. So let's start with it. First of all, we will create a Unity project. In this tutorial we will learn how to create this game in the Unity world, and we will build the app for the same. But in next tutorial we will learn how to create this same game, and or you can say how to export this same game in AR using AR core. So first of all, we will import a plane, and on this plane we will place our 3D game object, and here I'm using sphere. So now I will add some materials. This material is for the planes, and I will create one more material for our sphere, and change color. Now apply this material on their corresponding game objects, and now everything is fine. Save the scene. Now we will apply a rigid body component to this sphere, and a collider is already applied, so we don't need to change it. Now I will create a UI game object which is an image. So this image will work as a joystick for us. So now if I put this in 2D, okay, so it's up to you. If you want your joystick to be here on the left, then you can put it on the left, but I want it on the right side of the screen. So first of all, I'm changing its anchor position to the right corner, and now change its position in X, and change its position in no so height and width are also changed, and now you can change this source image. I am keeping it at knob. You can import your own image, or you can import your own sprite over here, but I'm using those sprites which are provided by the Unity, and you can change color, but I'm not changing. So now I will rename it with back image, back joystick, background joystick, and I will create one more UI component which will be the main joystick, and change its source image to knob, and to make it visible, change its color. So I'm using this color over here, and you don't need to change position and anchor position. And now save the scene, and we will create a script folder in which we will place all our scripts. So we will create two scripts, one for controlling the joystick, and second one to control this ball over here using this joystick. So rename this script control joystick. I will rename this main joystick. So it will be our main joystick which will move, and this white part is the background of this joystick. So Now save the scene. Here I am in Sublime Text, and now I will select the script and replace with the script which I have written. And I'm not going into detail of the script, and you can download the script from the description, and I will provide the link of this file, and you have to save this file and go back to the Unity. Now attach this script to the background joystick and save the scene. So now if you run this, you can see that joystick is moving as we want it to move. So now stop this. Now I want to place a slider which will help us to control this ball. So for that I will go to the UI component and select slider. We have imported our slider from the UI components, and now go to the slider settings and we can change its color. Like I want to use this color. So now you can change its orientation from left to right to bottom to top. It's up to you, you can choose any option, and you can specify the range of the values. Now we are done with the settings of the slider and save this scene. Now we will place this slider at its right position. So select slider. I will change its anchor position to bottom left, and I will change its position to 0 0. So now change its scale. So now we are done with all the changes. Create one more script, control ball, which will help us to control this sphere. So now one more thing I want to tell you, if you run this and go to the slider, and now you can see if I change the position of the slider, the values are also changing. So minimum value is 0.1 and maximum is 1, and this joystick is also moving. So stop it and back to the Sublime editor. Now first of all I will initialize some variables. This variable will help us to change the speed of the sphere. This variable will store the value of the angular velocity. And the next is drag. So this will store the value of drag, and I'm initializing it with the value of 0.005 f, and this value 0.001. It's up to you. It is not necessary to specify this rotation speed and drag. You can change these values from the inspector also. So next is rigid body. This will store the rigid body component of the sphere. Here I am using the script for controlling the joystick, which we have seen earlier. So I will use that script to control the sphere by using the joystick. So here I will create public slider. So this will store the slider game object which we have created. This variable will store the initial value of the slider. So next is here I want to tell you one thing. Here we will map the values. So whenever the position of the slider will change, a function will be called, and the corresponding value of that slider will be mapped into the value of the y coordinate of the sphere. So the y coordinate is the position of the sphere in air. So now the last variable is private. So this variable will be so this variable will check whenever you change the position of the slider at the first time. Then this variable will help us to store the initial position of the sphere, so that we will have initial value, or the y coordinate of the sphere, or you can say the minimum value of the y coordinate of the sphere. So now we will initialize get component rigid body, and this dot drag will assign the value of the drag to the sphere, and this max angular velocity will change the angular velocity of the sphere. And here throttle dot on value changed dot add listener. So here this throttle dot on value changed function has added a listener. So whenever the position of the slider will be changed, a function value change check will be called. So for that we'll create a function value change check, and this function will be called when the position of the slider is changed. Now here we will check that whether we are changing the position of the slider first time or not. If it's first time that the slider is changing its position, then we have to store the position of the sphere in it, so that we will be having the minimum value of the y coordinate of the sphere. And now here so this will store the value of the y coordinate to the minimum value, and maximum value will be the it's up to you that up to how much height you want to raise the sphere. So here I'm using only 1.0 f. I think it is enough. Okay, if I change it to the 3.0, it is enough. So now after that this throttle dot value function will return the value of the slider. And now we will put one more condition. So if the slider value is too low, then we do not want to lift the sphere. So for that we will keep the use gravity to true. So whenever the slider value goes beyond this 0.115, then the use gravity will be set to the false, and the ball will start floating in the air. So now I will call update dot y value so that it can move in air, and I will call this function update y value, and I will create this function over here. So update y value, and now here in this function I will store the x and z coordinates before lifting the ball. So for that I am calling transform dot position. Now I will assign y value, and this y value will come from the map function, and the map function will accept the argument throttle value. This throttle value is the value of the slider. So now we will create one more function, private so this function will accept a value, and first of all we have to initialize the minimum value of the slider for the mapping. So here I am specifying this is the minimum value for the slider, and maximum value to the 1, and now this function will return here. This function will return the mapped value, and the position of the ball in the air will be changed. So now we have implemented how to change the coordinates whenever the slider is changed from its position. Now we have to use this update function. Here I will use this update function to update the position of the ball whenever the joystick is dragged. So for that, first of all I am initializing a variable dir, and this variable dir will hold the coordinates for the ball when the joystick is moved. Control dot so this is the function which we have created over here. You can see joystick LR. Spelling is wrong, you can change, but the next function is joystick TV. So this function joystick LR will help us to move the ball in the horizontal direction, and this function joystick TV will help us to move the ball in the vertical direction. So last is, now I will change the velocity of the ball. So for that I will multiply this dir vector with move speed. So here I am changing the speed to 4.0, and I forgot to mention unity engine dot UI. We have to import this from class if we want to use UI components. So now back to the Unity. The Unity editor is showing some error, so I have to fix it. This is the float, because we are returning a float value. Make this public, make it private, Now go back to Unity and save this seed. Go to sphere. Assign this background of joystick to this control because the script is attached to this background joystick. And the last is slider. So assign this slider game object over here. Made one more mistake, and here is I have to assign this RB rigid body component. We have to assign this spawn equals to true, so that this condition will never set be true. The position of the ball is now updated with the pause ball, because this pause ball stores the y coordinate of the ball, and this is the updated y coordinate. So now back to the Unity, and now if we run this Unity, you can see that if I change this slider, the ball lifts up, and if I move the slider down, the ball comes down. And using this joystick I can move this ball, and if I keep this ball in here, and now if I move, then also I can move my ball. So here I hope you have learned about how to create joystick and use slider in the Unity, and how to use these things to control game objects. So here I want to tell you one thing. I have used RB.velocity. Here I could also use RB.addForce. If I were using RB.addForce instead of RB.velocity, then when the ball will be in the air, and then you are applying RB.addForce, means force to the rigid body, then it means you are applying force to a body which is present in a space, because we are turning off gravity when the ball is in air and turning on the gravity when the ball is on the ground. So when the gravity is not working, and then you are applying a force on a body, then the body will move, or the body will be displaced by a very large distance, even if you apply a small amount of force. So it won't be easy, or it will take a long time to stop that ball, until or unless you don't apply an opposite force. So for that, or to avoid that condition, I am using RB.velocity. You can try with RB.addForce. You can apply force to the rigid body, and then you can see that thing will work very good on the ground surface, but in air it won't work good. And this thing will show more effect in when you will be implementing the same thing in AR. So you will be seeing a very large difference, and you will notice that RB.addForce is not worthy to use here when you will be implementing this same thing in the AR. So that's why I'm using velocity. And now we have seen how to create joystick and how to create slider. And if you have any doubt, you want to ask anything, you can ask me in the comment section. You can suggest if you want me to make some more videos, or specifically on some topic, you can suggest me in the comment section. And I will provide the link of the control joystick script in the description, and you can go through that script and ask me if you want to ask anything. And you can also go through the documentation if you have any doubt. And thanks for watching.